for those of you that regularly follow my videos, you know that I had wanted to put a slip-on exhaust on this bike, but found it to be ridiculously expensive. And also, you know, Aprilia said that it will void the warranty, basically because if you put an aftermarket exhaust on the bike that's meant for the track, it makes this bike illegal for the street, technically. So that's their way out of this, so they don't have to pay for any warranty work. And that's why I tell you guys to get Japanese motorcycles. But anyways, I know a lot of you guys out there have a tough time choosing which exhaust to get for your bike. So I want to help you guys out with that and give you some tips. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Continually video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
I will tell you that even though I was concerned the warranty would be voided by putting a slip-on his bike, that wasn't the main reason, because actually now the warranty has ended on this bike. So it ended on November 17th. So I'm out of warranty on this bike. So let's pray that this bike stays reliable. Otherwise, the parts could be extremely expensive. But, you know, I had a hard time figuring out which exhaust slip-on to put on this bike. You know, a lot of people put the Krapovich exhaust that's actually meant to go with this bike. And it has special unlock codes that they can put on the bike that will unlock the ECU and set it to race settings so that it's perfect for that exhaust. And the only thing is, what I don't like about that exhaust is that it's big and ugly, you know, for the 2017 and newer bikes. And not only that, it doesn't really sound that much better than stock to me. Yeah, it sounds better, but not that great to me. One thing about different exhausts is that they have different notes. They have a different sound. Not all of them sound the same. For this particular bike, the shorty exhausts are ridiculously loud. All of them. And I don't think any of them come with a baffle. And I like loud exhaust, mind you. You know what I'm saying? I had a Two Brothers exhaust on my CBR 600RR, and I loved it. And some of you guys think that's too loud, but the shorty exhausts on these bikes are ridiculously loud, man. And then the longer ones are not loud enough. So I have yet to hear a slip-on for this bike that sounds just the way I want it. So that's really the main reason why I haven't got one. And I've come to appreciate the stock exhaust. Oh, man! But for those of you guys that are looking for an exhaust to get for your bike, I'm going to give you some tips. So let's get on the bike and go do a moto vlog out here on the filthy streets of Cleveland. Look at that. It's crappy parking lots and streets. But anyways, I highly recommend getting these heated gloves that are battery powered, man. Make your hands feel nice and toasty, and they last a long time. I've been riding for about 4 hours, and they're still good. I keep them on low. And also, for those of you guys who want to get my airbag vest, I highly recommend it. Everybody get this, man. Help you stay safe. Just make sure you connect it. And if you want to get my ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, my leather pants, boots, gloves, all my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos. First off, I'll tell you guys, don't be tempted to get a full exhaust for your bike. You don't need it. It's a big waste of money. Yeah, you can get maybe an extra 1 horsepower out of it. But what good is that going to do you, man? I know some of you guys like to have bragging rights, and you know, on your forum signature, you got all your mods listed there. Makes you cooler, I guess. I don't know, to say you have a full exhaust. But it's a big waste of money. But in my opinion, you know, the best thing to do when looking for an exhaust for your motorcycle is to do research. Go on the forums, you know, Google, find out what's the best exhaust for your particular bike. Stay away from the cheap exhaust, the super cheap exhaust, because oftentimes, you know, these exhausts are made in China and they have poor quality control and the welds are crap on them. And sometimes they crack and they leak exhaust fumes. So that's something to keep in mind. So don't go cheap, whatever you do. You know, get a quality a slip-on exhaust. And I recommend you go on YouTube and look at some of the, you know, some of the guys do reviews on the exhaust, and also to listen to the note for your particular bike to see if that's, you know, the type of exhaust you want, the sound you want for your bike. Like I said, all the exhausts usually will have a different note. Some of them sound similar, but oftentimes they will have a different note. And also, you know, some of the exhausts out there are specifically made for the bike. Like I mentioned, the Akrapovic exhaust that goes with this bike is made for it. Like I said, it comes with unlock codes. The Hyperflow exhaust that I had for the CBR 1000 RR was specifically custom made for that bike. It had the S bend in the pipe that created back pressure, so I didn't have any any issues with the bike. Because what I found out with my CBR 1000 RR, some of the exhausts out there that didn't have the S bend in there created a problem with the bike, where the bike would stall sometimes and cause some other issues. I had no problems with that Hyperflow exhaust. It was absolutely awesome. I loved the sound of it. It wasn't too loud. It was the perfect sound. Oh, I love the sound. You hear that? Sounds like a MotoGP bike, baby. I love that V4 sound. Sounds proper. Yeah. I like it, man. Like I said, you crank it up there in the higher RPMs and you're good. Sounds good. This is at the lower RPMs, it's not the, it sounds scooter-like, but that's okay. I'm not paying $2,000 for no for just a little enhancement of sound at lower RPMs. But I will tell you guys that I do like enhancement of sound, and that's why I tell you guys I really like the older bikes that don't have all these newfangled electronics on it, because the older bikes, you could throw a $500 slip on there and you're good. You don't have to mess with the ECU. You could put a power commander on there if you want to, but usually with the slip on you don't have to. I didn't do so for my CBR 1000 RR, and I got great gas mileage. I averaged 40 miles per gallon with that CBR 1000 RR. So do your research. That's the main thing, to find out what's the best exhaust for your particular bike, and try to get one that's specifically made for your bike, like I did with my CBR 1000 RR. And don't cheap out. Like I said, don't get the Chinese crap off of eBay, the no-name brand. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below and let's talk about it. That's why I do these videos, to incite community discussion. Don't forget to subscribe to my all-in-one motorcycle channel. So until next time, catch you guys later.
Thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.